People of the Purple Butterfly here, otherwise known as People7 on Twitter and YouTube, People elsewhere on the internet. My blog is located at purplebutterfly-people.blogspot.com, and my soaps, Purple Butterfly Soaps, can be located at people.etsy.com. And look what I just rediscovered. This is the container I made for my Curlformers. I had two sets, and basically the packaging for it is like this big, which means if you have more than one set, you end up with lost little packets of curlers all over the place. So I took some duct tape and made an extension that's big enough to hold all my Curlformers out of the package of the Curlformers. I kept the zipper intact, and I kept the bottom intact, and I just worked on this part. In the meantime, that holds all four sets that I have, and since it's been rediscovered, I'm going to condition and moisturize my hair and do some Curlformers. And with it being the length that it is, I might actually have the Curlformers starting like right about here. Well, you can't see, can you? Okay, these Curlformers are 14 inches long, which means I'll have to start about an inch down, so that way, you know, my hair will fit in it, because otherwise you'll just have a frizzy at the bottom, even though it's curled at the top. So basically you just slide it down to where your hair would be, because otherwise you got to buy extra longer to cut your hair. That's not going to happen. In the meantime, all my blankets are stacked up here because, well, most of my blankets. I have 4 blankets that I just washed, and they're forming a pillow right now. And I have 3 blankets that need to be washed. And basically, it's like clear all that off the bed, then put these down. So, you know, they can't all go on the bed at the same time. So this is a tool right now. But by this evening, when it's time to go to bed, I'll switch that up nicely and throw those in the wash, because I can. For those of you starting out in the world, and those that, you know, have a clue, the hardest thing to deal with, especially if you came from a climate like El Paso, Texas, to one like Cincinnati, Ohio, is dealing with cold and not enough blankets, okay? When I got back to Cincinnati from El Paso, Texas, we had 2 blankets. You know, one for when the other one was being washed, and, you know, switch them up. So, of course, here's 2 blankets on the bed, and I'm still cold. So what I did, because the kids were having the same issue, is I took great time and effort and made sure everybody in the house had 3 blankets. One for a spare when, you know, the other one was being washed, and 2 for if it got cold, so forth. So in other words, here's a blanket, here's a spare blanket, here's one that can be washed, and once it's washed, you can also throw it on bed, so that way it could be nice and toasty. And when the kids moved, what they didn't take with them is still at the house. So my son, when he moved, he bought blankets and stuff to match the bed that he bought that looks like the Reds and the Bengals and all that. And that's fine, because otherwise he would have had the one that looked like Pokemon. That's on my bed right now. Apparently he outgrew Pokemon. I still, you know, like the Pokemon theme, and I still go, Psyduck, 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 Pokemon, Pikachu. So, you know, that's all fun for me. Topi's was not Hello Kitty, it was 2 cats or something like that. It had a, hold on, Curry cats. actually right there. But it had like little cat motifs all over it, and it was really, really cute. But anyway, what didn't leave the house is mine. So basically, when it got really, really cold, everybody's talking about, oh, it's 3 degrees and 30 below, so forth and so on. Basically, I had 3 blankets at any given time while 4 was being washed, and 4 blankets at any given time when 3 was being washed. The washer and dryer is actually available now, so those 3 at the end of the bed are going to go downstairs and get washed and get dried and all that, depending on how much time I have. And if it gets kind of crazy like it's been outside lately, I'll have all 7 blankets on my bed. And that's not all the blankets I have. I have 2 in the other room, my soap lab that I use for soaping. If it gets really, really cold, I'm going to be really, really warm. We can't do the I'm an icicle thing anymore. I'm too old for that stuff. When cold settles in a body that's my age, it stays there, and that's not comfortable for me. Anyway, you are now up to date in the life of people. I'm going to go play with these rollers, or Curlformers rather, and wash that stuff, adjust this stuff, and life will go on. Y'all stay blessed, stay tuned. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Bye now.